Hey boys and girls, happy Thursday. It's Miss Yelton, and today we are going to continue comparing two fractions with either the same numerator or the same denominator. So have your paper and pencil out and ready. And our first fraction that we're going to look at is 2/8 and 2/7. So write these two fractions down on your paper, and then I want you to go ahead and put the correct sign between them, either greater than or less than. And we are going to use the number line to prove that either 2/8 is greater than 7/8 or less than. So go ahead and put the correct sign in there. And then on my number line, I'm going to start with 0 and go to 1 whole, because in both fractions, my numerator is less than my denominator. So each fraction is less than a whole. So I'm going to stop at 1. And my denominator is 8 on both fractions. So I can compare both fractions on the same number line. So when I'm working with eighths, I know that halfway point or the midway point is when the numerator is half of the denominator. 4 is half of 8, so 4/8 would be in the middle. And then I want 4 copies of 1/8, or 4 lengths of 1/8 on each side. So that's going to be 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Pretty close. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and label. We have 0/8, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8 is already there, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and then 1 whole is the same as 8/8. When the numerator and denominator are the same, it's the same as a whole. So I'm going to put a dot at 2/8, and I'm going to put a dot at 7/8, and we can easily tell that starting from 0, 7/8 is definitely greater than 2/8. 2/8 is less than 7/8. So I hope that's the sign that you put in there. Now let's move on to our next one. The next one we're going to look at is 1/4 and 1/6. Notice the numerator is the same. We have one piece or one length of each fraction, and we have different denominators, a 1/4 and a 1/6. Now remember, the larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. So that should definitely help you realize that 1/4 is greater than 1/6, because we're only dividing the whole into 4 parts as opposed to 6 parts. So you're sharing with 4 friends here as opposed to 6 friends here. So your piece is bigger. 1/4 is greater than 1/6. Okay, let's do another one. How about another one where the denominator is the same? Let's do 4/6 and 5/6. So for that one, I'm going to do the number line again, and I'm going to divide it into 6 parts because 6 is my denominator. So where would halfway be when we're talking about sixths? What is half of 6? 3. So 3/6. So we're going to divide this half into 3 pieces and this half into 3 pieces and label. 0/6, 1/6, 2/6, 3 6s there, 4/6, 5/6, and 6/6. Now you don't have to do the number line, but I do want you to go ahead and put your sign in between the fractions. I'm going to put a dot at 4/6, and I'm going to put a dot at 5/6. So if we're starting at 0, which one is greater? Which one goes further down the number line? And that is definitely 5/6. So 4/6 is less than 5/6. So the correct sign you should have in here is the less than side. Now I'm going to also look at using these just to show you really fast. We have 4/6 here. And then the other number we were looking at was 5/6. So I have 5/6. There's 1, 2, 3. And 2 more makes 5. So you can see that 4/6 is less than 5/6. I hope you got that one right. Now for the next one, let's look at, I'm going to move the number line out of the way, and let's look at these two fractions. 4/3 and 2/3. So think about that one. 4/3 and 2/3. Okay, 4/3. We notice that the numerator is larger than the denominator, so we know that is more than a whole. We have 3/3 to make a whole. 1 left over makes 4/3. So it's a whole and 1/3, or 4/3, and then 2/3. 4/3 is greater than 2/3. Hope you remember that. Now, the next one, I'm just going to have you do, and then we'll check it together. Look at this one. 1/2 and 1/3. Go ahead and put in your sign. Which one is larger, 1/2 or 1/3? Now for this one, I'm going to draw the rectangle box. I'm going to divide the top one into halves, label, kind of hard to see, and our bottom one into thirds, and label. Hope you can see that. Shade 1/2, shade 1/3. 1/2 is greater than 1/3. I hope you got that one. Now let's keep on moving. The next one, write down 3/2 and 2/2. 3/2 and 2/2. Put in your sign. And for that one, I hope you noticed once again that the numerator is greater than the denominator. And for that one, I'm going to draw a picture. 3/2. I'm going to take a circle, divide it in half, label 1/2, 1/2. Oh, that's only 2/2. I need 3/2. So for this one, I'm going to draw that one and then erase this half. And that gives me 3/2. And over here, I have 2/2. So which one is greater? 3/2 is greater than 2/2. And I can show you that quickly with the circle fractions. 1, 2, 3/2. And 2/2 is the same as 1 whole. And this was more than a whole. Okay, hope you got that one. Now for the next one. This one. 2/4 and 4/4. Write those fractions down. Put in your sign. Which one is greater? Which one is less than the other one? 2/4, 4/4. 2/4 is, hope you got it, less than 4/4. 4/4 is the same as a whole. 2/4, bonus question, is the same as what? I hope you said 1/2. 2/4 is equal to 1/2. Remember, if the numerator and denominator, if the numerator is half of the denominator, then it's the same as a half. Okay, moving on to the next one. Let's do 7/8 and 4/8. Go ahead and put in your sign and times that. 7/8 is greater than 4/8. I feel like you guys are getting pretty good at comparing fractions with the same numerator or the same denominator. So tomorrow we'll be moving on to something else. I will see you tomorrow.